You're listening to Ants Talk.
Sally grew up on Kangaroo Island, an island off the coast of South Australia. She shares the birthland with 6 generations of her family. Kangaroo Island is filled with pristine beaches and a pure, isolated environment. With these precious things, Sally created a skincare brand made from all the things the island offers. OrganiQ Australia offers beautiful skin products that come directly from nature. So much so, some of the items you could actually eat. Thanks for chatting to us today, Sally.
Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. Now tell us about your family's background on the island.
Well, I'm a 6th generation islander, so my family was one of the founding families on the island. We've always had farmland over there, so every single one of us has grown up by the coast and with animals and crops, and my grandmother actually started the first free-range egg business over there. So
Wow.
she was like a pioneer. She was a woman that stood for no shit at all, and my mum has inherited those attributes, and I've probably got a few of them too. But I think that that's made us really strong, enterprising women. My grandmother only had my mum, and when I was 3 years old, my dad passed away on the island, so mum was managing that farm, and then 3 months later, my mum's father died. So we had 3 women, 2 farms, and a free-range egg business. And so that has been the constant evolution. So even as farms have downsized, then my business evolved, and that's carrying on what I feel the lineage of those 2 strong women, and now me being the 3rd generation.
That's amazing. And is your grandmother still alive?
No, she passed away probably about 25 years ago now.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant. You're both carrying on the legacy. It's amazing. What gave the idea to create the skincare range?
Well, I was in my mid-20s diagnosed with a thyroid disorder, so I lost a substantial amount of weight. I had hair fallout. Not a lot of people thought I would survive, but through that I started doing a lot of research about endocrine disruptors and particular ingredients in skincare, and even, household products and the detrimental effects that they can have on your system. I'd also been working on my own health with a naturopath for about 10 years, and so I'd been given all this education about food, nutrition, but not really ready to take it on, so to speak. And then as this happened, I had to go back to the island to just spend some time away from people and environmental toxins, and just get myself back together, walking, yoga and nutrition. And I was in the kitchen. I'd been doing a lot of research about food ingredients and the benefits that they have internally, and I thought, well, I know the benefits of these products, these ingredients, if I put them in my body, but they've also got proven benefits if you apply them topically. What's a product that I find that I am not getting complete positive results from? And that was a body scrub, because, that's improving. When you scrub, you are detoxifying your system, you're improving circulation, you're enhancing your well-being, you're giving yourself self-care as well, because you're massaging. So I decided to start mixing a scrub literally in my kitchen using food-grade ingredients and beautiful Kangaroo Island ingredients as well. So knowing the heritage of my island and particular benefits of ingredients, for example, like the honey. Honey is the only food or ingredient in the world that has all necessary nutrients to sustain life. So,
That's incredible.
Putting that in your food or in your skincare, and then also the benefits of hydration and anti-aging. And so I created this scrub and I started using it, and the results were literally instant. It was cleansing, it was exfoliating, I didn't need to moisturize after. And so as a token, I would give some to friends, and they would actually come back and ask for more because they'd never experienced a product like this. So I started to see the commercial potential for this product and started selling it, people willing to purchase it, and then realised that I couldn't continue with just one product, and me being selfish, if I'm going to create products, I want to create products that I want to use. I started to create an entire skincare range, and then that's where we are now.
I love it. And I personally do know the brand because I've been using it myself. One of my favourite things is the cleanse and condition. It's seriously, it is like gold in a bottle. Funny enough, it's funny that you mentioned the thyroid issue because I've actually got the opposite. I've got the underactive, so mine's Hashimoto's. And it really is important to research and look into what affects our bodies and just in the environment around us, because there's so many things that we use in the household that can really have an effect on that in a big way.
Yeah,
in
you're
a
so
big way.
right.
One thing I've noticed lately, and I've always been a big user of them, so I've tried to start curbing my habit, was actually air fresheners. Because there's so many pollutants inside and so many chemicals that it really is bad for us. And a lot of us in the home have those ones that we plug into the wall and are constantly going.
Exactly.
So I've tried to change into something that's, natural and self-pumping and all that sort of stuff. But again, ingredients are incredibly important.
It's true, and I do everyone's head in because, even cleaning the house, I'll use like eucalyptus oil and lavender oil, and I'll just wipe down furniture every day as well because, that as well, like, your dust and things like that, but rather than using like a furniture polish or, if you're using commercial house sprays, even the toxins in that, or your laundry powder and liquids as well. So,
see, a big thing for me too is to use brands that are still healthy for the earth also, so we're not just putting poison back down the drain. I was actually in the States just recently, and a girlfriend of mine, she basically does her whole floors with vinegar. And I was amazed at how well it worked.
Yeah.
Because I actually did it for her one day. She thought I was crazy, but I had to clean because I was away for 3.5 weeks and I'm a clean freak, so I was missing cleaning. So she was like, "What are you doing?" But I was like, "I have to clean something." But I was amazed at how well vinegar worked. I use it for drains.
yeah.
It's brilliant for unblocking drains. But you know what I mean, a little bit of vinegar, a little bit of bicarb soda, amazing.
But put that in your washing machine and your towels are fluffier than you've ever
really?
experienced.
I'm going to have to give that a try then. I love these tips. So tell us where is it made and produced, and who actually produces it?
Well, we're still a family-run enterprise,
That's
and
brilliant.
we have a small manufacturing setup. But all of our ingredients, where possible, are sourced direct from Kangaroo Island suppliers. So we don't use a distributor for any Kangaroo Island ingredients. We go direct to the properties and to the producers. It's really important to keep it as local as possible.
So I'm actually just looking at my little jar of cleansing conditioner here, which I absolutely idolise. And it's actually got organic coconut oil, Kangaroo Island olive oil, and native Ligurian, is it? Bee honey?
Yeah, so that bee is the only native species of that bee in the world.
Wow.
It's the only pure species of that bee in the world. So that's actually an Italian species of bee. It was introduced maybe about 100 years ago. And because bees, they don't really have the energy to fly, from
Overseas.
the island to the mainland. We know that after 100 years, that's a pure species of that bee.
Isn't that amazing?
Whereas Europe doesn't really have, there's no bee fences. So whilst it's an Italian bee, it's got the whole of Europe to fly around.
Yeah.
So,
Because the thing is, too, one of the world famous things, the Manuka honey. It's incredible what that can do for even healing wounds and stuff like that.
True.
They do use it in hospitals.
Yeah.
It's just, it absolutely fascinates me. And that's why it's so important, listeners, to keep bees alive.
Exactly. Oh, my gosh.
And to look after them and stop using pesticides. We don't need them. Just use your hands and pull out some weeds, you lazy people.
Oh, that's so true.
So who do you see your customer being?
My customer is diverse. I think that was my mission as well with this brand, is that, as a society, we're neglecting on so many levels to take care of ourselves as much as, and that's even if we, will. So my mission, I feel, is to empower people to be able to nourish their body through education once they understand what they're putting on their body and the benefits that has, and also taking the time to care for themselves. And when you see the results instantly and you're feeling better, you start to look at yourself differently. And I think a deep part of that is being able to see beauty at a lot of levels. So I've gone on a bit of a tangent there because I I just want people to feel well. You know, if this is one thing that I can give to people that brightens their day a little bit, that helps them to feel better, that's really our mission.
And I've noticed that your brand's getting out there a lot. I mean, even some celebrities out there are using it now, and it's going also international.
Yes.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, it is. And I think that again, well, I know is that people want to feel connected with whatever they're using, whether that's food, whether that's skincare, whether that's the items that they buy for their home. And through our brand, you do, because you're reading the story about the island, you're feeling those results. Yeah.
I think it's a thing that's changing, and I find that within, say, it's only been really the last 2 years I've seen the shift where people really do want natural stuff. I mean, in China, it's huge at the moment. I mean, Australian skincare is huge in China. And, I mean, they're even buying, bottled air from us and stuff like that. And I think that we've all realised that by all the added chemicals that are in majority of skincare products today, that it's having an effect on us long term, and it may not be an initial thing that we see, but long term it really does have detrimental effects. There's actually a book called Don't Go to the Cosmetic Counter Without Me, and it's written by a woman, I can't recall her name, but she's a scientist, and she gets a group of scientists every year to go and get every single skincare and beauty product on the market out there. They then test them, and then they give you the true results of what's actually in each product.
Yeah.
When I was working for a luxury prestige brand, which I won't mention the name of, I was using a moisturiser at the time which had 52 added chemicals than any other product on the market. And I didn't know this. When I read this book, I realised. And I truly believe that all the skincare issues I have today is because I used those products for so long. I really do believe that.
And I can understand that, because over time, you have been absorbing it. And as we know, even just fragrances, what happens once you inhale them, and even that with mind state as well. So, and then, what's in your stomach and how that is.
That's right. So go natural, people.
Yeah, exactly.
Go natural. And tell us, what do you love about the island life?
There's literally nowhere else like that in the world. It's how do you phrase it? The island is like a wave that washes over you. The moment you step off that boat, there's just a different feeling. The air's clear. The sea almost speaks to you. You can walk on the beach any time of the year and you can be the only person there in the whole town. It's just magical. And it's home.
Yeah.
It's that warm cuddle that you, again, get as soon as you step off the boat. It's beautiful.
It's funny living by the ocean, because my family, we grew up and they still live by the ocean in Queensland. And even though mine is just a small beach suburb, sort of 45 minutes out of Brisbane, every time I'm back there, it is literally like taking a breath of fresh air. It really is. Unfortunately for us, ours is becoming a little bit more popular and populated purely because it's one of the closest beaches to Brisbane now.
Yeah.
So people are becoming more aware of it, and things are changing and building there. But every time I still go back, I feel so blessed that they live there.
It's so true. I feel like if you've lived by the beach, you just get it. You don't need to explain it. It's a beach thing. I've spent particularly the last 6 months more and more time down by Henley, and I just remember why, when I was really unwell, I would make the distance to drive there every day just to get in the water. Is there something so powerful about it? And you don't even necessarily realise until after you've been there or been close to there. It's like, hey, I feel good now.
I'm so glad that I grew up on a beach. Like, from collecting shells to doing the runs across the rocks to the, going into the ocean. It really is a beautiful lifestyle for children.
It really is. It really is.
And I think it's just very grounding.
Well, that's so true.
Yeah, definitely. What are the best things about your products?
That you can eat them.
Especially your latest one. So Tell us about the chocolate scrub.
So the chocolate scrub is actually, I'll just quickly go back to the honey scrub. So the honey scrub's like again, back to our bees. We have deemed it vegan friendly because it contains honey, but bees need to make honey to survive. They need to pollinate our flowers. And then this scrub, the honey scrub, is literally pure enough to eat, and a lot of people do because it smells like honey crackles. But so it's like sweet, but then you have that little kick of salt as well, so it's magnificent. But I've been researching for quite some time the benefits of cacao. I eat chocolate every single day, and I've just seen that Panna Chocolate's now released chocolate ice cream, so there goes that. But the antioxidant qualities without the irritants that coffee can have sometimes.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, it's time, let's do this. So our chocolate scrub is like having a hot chocolate in the shower. It's amazing. It just, you're basically bathing in hot chocolate.
You literally could eat this. I'm reading the ingredients.
Yeah,
you literally
could.
Eat it.
And our coconut oil is magical. So we actually buy that direct from supplier in Bali. She makes it by hand. I met her last time I was over there and she told me the story. And the coconut oil actually had been used... Bali, for quite some time in farming, they were using really toxic pesticides and farmers were actually dying. And they realised that, it was as a result of the sprays that they were using. And she explained an instance of when they would spray, they would drink coconut oil straight after they'd finished on the field and their health issues were decreasing.
Right.
And when they were poisoning dogs on the streets, if she would see some, she'd give them coconut oil and they wouldn't die. So this coconut oil is so pure, and when you buy it, you'll even see, because of the purity of its process, it doesn't solidify the same way. There's shapes and texture through it. So we brought back literally 10 litres from Bali last time we were there, and they pulled us, over to check our bags, and we're like, it's coconut oil. Do you want to open it, smell it? So it's beautiful. This scrub will, as I said, it cleanses, exfoliates and moisturizes. Use it twice a week and your skin just absolutely transforms.
Yeah, I can't wait to try this one, let me tell you.
Good.
And hopefully I won't eat it beforehand. Tell us more about the island. Who else actually lives there?
Well, how do you explain the island? It's like a regional community. So
because I've personally never been there.
It's like every second person in Adelaide hasn't been there.
Yeah.
And I guess when you come from there, it is what it is. But it'd be just like, it's like an extension of the Fleurieu Peninsula basically. So you have little pockets of towns. You've got the main town.
Do you know the population?
Not off the top of my head.
I wonder what it is.
We can find that out. I think
keep
that
chatting.
it changes. It changes so much, and that's it. So once you detach from it, but how I'd always just remembered it was we had 3 schools over there. 2 went to year 12. Ours you could do year 10 to 12 by open access, but most of us came up for high school in year 10. You had...
It's only 4,259 people.
There you go. It's like a big country.
Oh, well, that was in 2006.
With pockets.
Wow.
Tourism now is a big pull over there.
Yeah, I bet.
And boutique producers. So, you've got like your gin and your
cheeses.
Yeah,
I've seen a few
fig
of those.
and things like that, as opposed to being primarily grain and livestock. And then, your 5 footy and netball teams that play every Saturday against one another.
Isn't that incredible?
It's just a beautiful sense of community, and I think that that's what you realise, how deep that runs. Like when Dad passed away, our neighbours were just like family. Nothing was too much. You just have one another's back. And I think that although Adelaide is one of the most challenging cities in Australia to live in for that isolation factor as well, we still have that country mentality that there is much more a sense of community amongst close friends, that you will have one another's back, that if you can lend a hand or an arm or a leg, you will.
Well, I think that's the thing with such a small community, or a small population, is even though it's still a large-ish number, people would still know who each person is.
Yeah, exactly.
Because, you're going to see them around.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
Ants Talk, the next best thing since crumpets.
Where would you like to see your brand in 5 years?
Dominating the world globally. I want to see our brand has the capacity and without a doubt can be on all the department stores' shelves, and I want it to evolve into the spa brand that it's destined to be, so that you will go into a hotel and you'll be able to book into their spa and have a beautiful body scrub and smell the island and feel the beautiful sensations on your skin and walk away feeling like you've almost been there.
I think that's the thing, like being in so many hotels, you can really tell the people that care about their customers, purely because some of the hotels you'll go to, they'll give you stuff that is you can smell and feel that it's a natural ingredients, and then others it almost feels like paint thinner.
Yeah, you're so right.
And I think that you can also tell by normally the colour and the texture of the product inside. What you'll find is that a lot of ones where you'll get a body wash and a shampoo, it almost looks identical for one, because it's literally a clear gel-like substance that's just horrid. And then you've got some, especially in some of the places in Bali, I noticed, where the product is actually really, really good quality.
Yeah.
And that's where I think yours would be amazing, is having your sort of stuff within hotels even, just as the complimentary stuff that you could use each day, would be also an amazing thing.
Absolutely, and I think that now, particularly with the luxury accommodation starting to be built on Kangaroo Island, that's a market that's really opening up for us. So we do have an exciting announcement in a couple of weeks.
Oh, very exciting. And not only Kangaroo Island, I'm sure that this could be an international thing. I mean, some hotels out there need to pick up their game because, that's really, apart from your room, that is really the only free thing you get is the products that you wash yourself and wash your hair and wash your body with. And what I can't stand is going to places like that where, you've just flown for sometimes 16 hours. You've turned up, the first thing you want to do is have a shower and then to have to go into a bathroom and use this crap on your skin. Yeah, and already your body's going to be altering and changing to even just the water content and the water. How do they actually describe the water? The harshness of the water.
Yes.
Because I find that everywhere I travel around the world, my skin reacts to water wherever I am.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So let me just ask you, and can you also tell everybody where they'd be able to find more about you and your products?
Well, I think that the first point of call is definitely jumping onto our website so that you have the time to play and explore our products visually and aesthetically. And then if you have any questions, you can email me directly and I can help you even create a collection that's suited to your needs and then send it directly to you, which I think is really important.
Yeah, definitely.
But then if you want to try our products in store, I'd send you to Adelaide's finest supermarkets, their Flower Bar, where you have more of a day spa environment, both at Frueville and Pasadena.
Sorry, I think there's someone whippersnippering right around us right now. Continue, sorry.
Oh, that's all right. I think that they're the primary places that I would send you at the moment.
And just so listeners know, just the website, just spell it out for us.
It is www.organicaustralia.com.au.
So for you listeners that would like to find the website, it's www.organicaustralia, which is ORGANIQ Australia.com.au. That's ORGANIQ Australia.com.au. Thanks so much for your time.
Thanks
for
you
coming
for having
on.
me, Anne. It's been amazing.
My pleasure, and we'll talk soon. Good luck with it all.
Thank you.
Ants Talk.